It's taken a while, but Brooks have finally entered the max stack height trend that we currently seem to be experiencing, going well over 40 millimeters of stack, in this case 45 millimeters. And this is what they've delivered, the Glycerin Max, and the reception on the whole has been pretty positive so far. And with so many runners opting for these max stack height shoes, one has certainly been getting a lot of attention. But will it be a big marshmallowy mess, or will it be all that Brooks are promising in a great all-round package? And as with all videos you see here on the channel, I bought this shoe and all the shoes we review 100% with my own money to give you that 100% impartial, honest, unbiased review. Thank you to everyone that likes and shares our videos on their social channels and comments down below with your thoughts on this shoe and other shoes out in the market as well. It helps so much, so thank you very much. Right, let's get stuck into all of the facts and figures about the Glycerin Max, and then we'll go through my likes, my dislikes, and is it going to rotation and all of that sort of stuff, and compare it with a couple of other big players in this market as well, so stay tuned for that. So the purpose of the Glycerin Max, this is a max stack daily shoe, perfect for your long runs, easy runs and recovery runs as well. Price wise, this set me back £180 here in the UK. I got this from Sport Shoes. And stack wise, yeah, as I said, 45 millimeter stack height at the back of the shoe. I'm pretty sure this is the highest ever stack height that Brooks has ever put into one of their running shoes. And that stack height combines with a 6 millimeter drop overall, that difference between the back of the shoe and the front of the shoe. Weight wise, this is a big shoe, 375 grams for me in my UK size 12. Neutral and stability type thing, this is going to be a neutral shoe. Talking about the upper of the shoe, this is a lovely mesh engineered upper we see here. Moving down the shoe to have a chat about the midsole here, we've got Brooks's DNA tuned foam here. Two different types of nitrogen density in this foam. At the back of the shoe, we've got some softer foam here, perfect for anyone landing in the midsole or at the back of the shoe for those heel strikers. Up at the front of the shoe, we've got a slightly different, more dense foam here, perfect for those poppy toe-offs. There's no plate in this shoe. Pretty stiff though as they go. Moving down again to have a chat about the outsole, we've got these black rubber bits here. Not a lot going on, but in all the testing I've done so far, the grip has been pretty good. Unfortunately, given the time of year, it just has not rained in London for about 3 weeks, so I haven't been able to get any wet weather testing in this shoe, but we have done at least 50 miles training in this shoe, so don't worry about that. But the grip so far has been all good. There's no different widths available in this shoe. There are different men's and women's versions, and it was true to size for me. Right, let's have a chat about all of the likes. My first like with the Glycerin Max is this is a good, fun, responsive and energetic ride. You might expect with a shoe like this to be extremely soft and plush, but the foam has got just enough pop in it to pick up the pace a little bit more than you might expect. As I just mentioned, this yellow section at the front giving you a really nice poppy toe off and quite a big rocker at the front of the shoe as well. And it all just combines with, as I say, a shoe that you can pick up the pace in. Not too much, it's not going to be too crazy here, but if you pick up the pace half marathon pace, doing some reps like that, this shoe's going to look after you really well. Don't get me wrong, this is a bulky shoe for sure, but it does disguise that weight pretty well in the shoe. It's hard to explain it, but as I say, it doesn't feel quite as big and bulky as you might think it would appear from the stats. Moving on to my second like, it's a pretty versatile shoe. As I say, with that glide roll rocker at the front of the shoe, it means this shoe is really happy on the long run, but it would be okay for that daily mileage as well, for anyone doing those marathon training workouts. The foam certainly looks after your legs really well on those long runs, and there's a lot of shock absorption going on here. My legs have felt pretty good after I've been running in this shoe. Yeah, a lot less fatigue going into them, so all smiles there as I'm building up some pretty big mileage weeks at the moment. My third like with this shoe, and a few quick fire pointers I'm doing in this one, it's just really comfortable. If there's any heavier runners that are looking at this shoe, you're not going to get any bottoming out with this foam, and the build quality is really good with this shoe. Brooks are renowned for building some really good quality products, and they've definitely delivered on this front here. And as I say, it just feels super comfortable. It's great lockdown just straight out the box. There's no gusseted tongue with this shoe, but it's been absolutely fine for me not moving around, and I think they just look really good as well. As we always say on this channel, it's not all smiles. We take you through those dislikes as well. The first one being, yeah, unfortunately that weight and bulk. Some shoes just do this better. For example, the Asics Super Blast, which is pretty much around about 100 grams lighter than this one. So you've got to be realistic. 375 grams. For me and my size, this is a heavy shoe. It does disguise it well, but you're still going to feel it and you're still going to notice it out there. If you're a heavier runner that wants a lot of foam underneath your shoe, then this can work really well for sure. But you really have to know what the use case is with this shoe. It really isn't that do-it-all shoe for a lot of people. It really, for most people out there, especially those lighter people out there, it's going to be an easy and recovery run shoe only. My second dislike with the shoe is unfortunately there's no wider options at the moment. It'd be really nice to see that. Brooks are normally really good at offering some other widths out there as well, but this is a pretty wide shoe as standard, maybe a little bit too wide for me. My feet are on the narrowish side, pretty standard to narrow, and I've got plenty of space, loads of room up the front here, so for a lot of people you don't have to worry about it, but it would be nice to have those options out there. Right, let's have a chat all about my conclusions and final shorts with the Glycerin Max. First one, do I recommend this? Yes, I would say definitely yes. I really enjoyed running in the standard Glycerin earlier on this year, and this one's just a lot more extreme in every areas. But yes, it's a shoe I'd recommend. Who should buy a shoe like this? It's a really great option for heavier runners out there, or anyone doing a lot of longer runs at the moment and just want a comfortable shoe with a lot of protection under your feet. You can pick up the pace a little bit at the end of your runs or during your runs as well for a little bit of an engaging ride. Just have a bit of fun out there. It's got a few extra gears if you want to go there. You just got to know with a shoe like this, you're going to want to pair it with something else for that race day feel. Once you get out there on the start line, this really isn't the shoe you're going to want to be racing in, but it can get a lot of those nice, comfortable, easier runs done really well. So having a quick chat about some of the other options out there. What's the difference between this and kind of its main rival really, the Puma Mag Max? The Puma is definitely a little bit more on the lighter side on the scales, and it does feel even lighter as well. Just got a much more of an aggressive rocker at the front, so when you pick up the pace, it just disguises the weight even better, basically. It's also a little bit more on the firmer side. Again, a little bit more suited for some steady and some faster paces. The Glycerin is a little bit softer, a little bit heavier, but it's a little bit more accommodating up in the forefoot as well. This is definitely a little bit more on the narrow side. Still pretty good space up at the front of this one, but this one definitely for those wider footed runners, you're going to have a little bit more of accommodating thing. The Puma still, again, they're not offering that in any wide options, so wider footed people are going to be better going for the Brooks. And then the Super Blast, which is just being very kindly handed to me here, probably the best shoe out there at the moment for this section. Significantly lighter, and it's a shoe that you could definitely do a race in. If your race doesn't care about people running in max stack height shoes, which are technically illegal because the stack height is too much, the vast majority of people, they're really not going to care about anything like that. But with this shoe, you can do those speed workouts, you can do those races, and yeah, you're just going to have a little bit more fun running some faster paces in this shoe as well, if you can get hold of it. And it's significantly more expensive as well, over £200 worth. Right, let's put those to one side and have a final chat about the Brooks Glycerin Max. Would I be keeping it? Even though it's been a great shoe, the Puma that I have spoken about over here, it's just got a bit more of an engaging ride. I've just enjoyed running in that one a little bit more. So that's the one I'm going to be keeping. But I still recommend this shoe. But for me, it is going to be going on eBay. And we're going to try and recoup some of those costs to go out there and buy some more shoes with my money to give you those completely honest, impartial reviews, which is what we love to do here on the channel. So next video coming up, you can either check out my full review of the Puma Mag Max, or if you want to see even more shoes in the Max Sack range, then we'll put another video up here where you can go and see my whole collection review on that. So that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments of the Brooks Glycerin Max. Have you enjoyed it? Are you getting some runs done in it? Are you going to be going out there to purchase it? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.